So welcome back, everyone. Sorry about the slight technical delay there just before the break. I think we've got it sorted now, but would like to introduce Emily Myers from BCSI. A lot of you will be able to relate directly to her and her message, as she is a printer in the Midwest, and a lot of the embellishment and specialty finishing that we've been discussing, she'll be able to maybe put some tangibleness to what we've been talking about and how they're producing this in a real life environment. So Emily, trust you're on and can hear us. Please join. We can see you, Emily, but don't hear you yet.
Okay.
There you
Can
go.
you hear me now?
Very good.
Right.
Welcome.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can, Emily. Very good.
Okay, thank you. Just want to make sure. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time today. Thank you for joining my session and to learn about specialty print and sensory print effects and how they can help build businesses and brands. I'm excited to share some of my experience and real life examples on how print enhancements have really been used by some of our customers. First, a little bit about me. My name is Emily Myers, and I work for BCSI. We are a trade manufacturer of business cards, corporate stationery, and print-on-demand marketing collateral. We've been specialized in business cards since our founding in 1954. I've worked at BCSI at the Business Card Factory, as we call it, for over 22 years. I collaborate daily with our distributor partners, and I try to help them every day, day in and day out, to find solutions to meet their customers' needs and help automate their processes to save them time and money. I've seen a lot of changes in my years in our industry, including ways that we communicate and ways that we print. And all along, my passion has been to help my customers to succeed. I always aim to be like the go-to, the helper person, or as our keynote speaker would have put it, the wingman for our distributors when it comes to our product line. So what are specialty and sensory print effects? As you probably know what they are, but we consider them to be embellishments that make a printed item unique or stand out. Things like spot gloss over a logo or a pattern. It could also be foil or in different colors to match the brand. We also consider, like extra thick stocks, because what we print primarily is business cards, or painted edges on a business card to be a specialty effect. Special effects can also be sensory, or something that you can feel on a printed piece, like soft touch laminate. It could also include painted edges, iridescent ink or metallic ink, things like that. And I'm going to be showing some photos in my presentation of different products. And at the end, if you're interested in seeing some of the samples that you've seen on my presentation physically, I'd be happy to send out some samples to you if you send me your contact information. Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell from a photo what things actually look like. So next, why do special effects add value to building and how do they build brands? Special effects make brands stand out. Marketers believe that they add a visual appeal to give their brand a premium look that is desirable by their audience. Print enhancements capture the attention of the audience. They differentiate brands from competitors and ultimately enhance corporate image. NAPCO Research, in conjunction with the SGIA, recently conducted a study that included 675 marketers. 77% of the respondents believe that specialty print enhancements portray a premium look to their brand. 64% of marketers believe print enhancements capture their audience's attention and help them to stand out from competitors. This research affirms our belief that marketers believe that print enhancements do indeed add value. I'm going to share with you some real life examples of how special effects have been used in our business. Haggerty is an insurance provider for collector cars and vehicles, and the goal of their brand is to bring a new level of sophistication and pizzazz to the industry. They found an idea online for their business cards that included spot gloss on soft touch laminate on the back of their business cards, along with a splash of color on the edge of their cards. And they also just wanted a non-laminate on the front side of their card. Their previous print provider was able to offer these print processes, but they were required to outsource both the soft touch laminate and the spot gloss processes to 2 outside vendors. And of course, this took a lot of time and resulted in a 4 to 6 week lead time for business cards, which is really pretty long for that type of product. BCSI was able to save the day by using our HP Indigos and our in-house equipment to add the specialty print effects within an acceptable turn time. And our solution has led to opportunities within this account that we wouldn't have had otherwise to help out their international and national insurance brokers. So it's been a pretty good, a good thing for us to be able to offer those print processes. And most of my examples that I'm sharing with you today are about business cards because that's primarily the business that we're in. So here's a little plug for business cards as far as being important still in our world. According to Statistic Brain, 72% of professionals admit to judging a person by the quality of their business card. 61% would not do business with a company that has a cheap-looking business card, and 78% of professionals believe that a unique card, or one that stands out from the rest, is more memorable than a plain card. So another real-life example is First Financial. They were in the midst of a rebrand, and they desired a very simple and clean look to their brand with an elegant pop of their new logo on the back of their business cards. The customer found this idea online, but it was pretty costly. It included a soft touch laminate on the back with spot gloss over the logo, and they also required rounded corners. Our solution not only saved cost for the customer, but also administrative time and cost for our distributor. BCSI is integrated with the ordering platform used to place the business card orders online for this account. And so when end users place an order, the order goes directly into our system without any type of administrative effort. So it is a time and cost savings for everyone. And our solution was a win-win. So next, when should you include embellishments on a printed piece? First, it's important to touch on the fact that embellishments can now be done digitally, which does open up the door for more products and at lower quantities. I believe that high-profile pieces are hopefully going to be held on to over time should be considered. So things like that are meant to grab the end user's attention and that they're going to hopefully hang on to for quite a while should be maybe considered to have some embellishments. So products like branded note cards, invitations, announcements, and greeting cards would be something to consider. Also, holiday cards with print enhancements make a really great impression on the recipient. I believe also that the importance of print has grown during our pandemic. Customers are being inundated with digital media and campaigns. MRX reported new levels of skepticism and distrust right now in society. Prior to the pandemic, the DMA found that 56% of people believe that printed marketing and print is the most trustworthy form of communication. This is great news for print providers. During crisis times, the trust in print remains high. So let's take advantage of this opportunity and be sure to let our clients know that print is a great communication vehicle to be used, especially right now. Another reason that print, and especially print enhancements, is important right now is that it's tangible and it's interactive. The restrictions and anxiety that Americans have been facing due to COVID have left us all with a desire to connect. We want to connect with things that we can touch and feel, and we feel a growing connection to creativity and beauty. And when it's done right, sensory print effects can help fulfill this gap and speak to our audience. It's an effective solution to connect with creativity because it can be done digitally. It can be done also affordably. Another statistic from NAPCO research shows that 88% of brand owners truly rely on their print providers to determine the best print methods for them, for their products or for their printed pieces. They expect us as print providers to provide them with education and with ideas. Printers who provide these services will win more business and more deals. One way to help provide education is to provide examples. BCSI created a unique sample kit, and we call these cards that we make Gag Cards. They're a collection of cards that help inspire creativity and incorporate specialty and sensory print effects into marketing collateral. And they do this while putting a smile on your face. Each card includes a specialty feature along with a funny saying or image. On the back, there's a description of the spec to help communicate each print feature. We also provide non-branded samples of our most common stocks and products to be used as a selling tool for our distributors. Printed samples with special effects can be a great tool to help engage the customer in the design and the creative process. They can be done affordably since they are done digitally. So samples are a really great way to help seal the deal for a new potential customer. Another real life example is guaranteed rate. And that account is an example of how samples help secure a new program for this customer. The customer wanted to include red foil on their business cards to match their brand. So we printed a few samples and options to help the customers select their print process and the print specs that they wanted to go forward with. We printed some cards that included a red metallic foil and another set that included a red spot gloss over the red printed logo. The customer made their selection and it resulted in an ongoing program customer with continual orders being processed throughout the year. The customer pays a little bit of a higher price than they normally would for a standard digitally printed business card because the foil does increase the value of the card. I believe that the creative design, education, and sample process results in a greater sense of connection to the product and ends up adding more value as well. Marketers are willing to pay more for special effects printing. According to an InfoTrends study, 89% of buyers are willing to pay between 24 and 89% more for products with print enhancements. One final piece of advice that I would share with you is to be sure to set expectations with your clients. Be upfront with them and offer suggestions when it comes to design challenges, things like registration and things like that. As you get more experience with print enhancements, you'll begin to recognize potential issues, right off the bat, like tight registration or highly detailed graphics on certain designs. And it's important to point these out and identify them up front up with the client, just to eliminate the risk of these types of issues. Also, it's important to be upfront about lead time for these types of products. These types of orders do take a little bit longer, in my experience, than a normal order, especially the first time you do it. The first time we do an order, it takes a little bit longer, and I always try to be upfront with the customer about that. Just again, providing the client with education and information upfront is key. So to conclude, specialty print can definitely help you get your foot in the door and help you grow your business. Ways that you can promote specialty print with your clients include offering samples, education, explaining to clients how specialty print can build their brand, and providing competitive pricing. At BCSI, we're excited about the growth that we've seen in this product line, and our customers are excited that we now are offering these new processes. You're welcome to contact me if you'd like more information about BCSI or a sample kit with a box of our Gag Cards. And thank you so much for your time, and I'm open to any questions.
All right. Thanks for that presentation, Emily. That was very good, especially that so many on here can now relate to you in the field actually doing it. not sure, we can't see you right now, Emily. I'm not sure if your internet is a little slow or not. There we go. Great. So want to open it up to any questions that anyone has to go over with Emily. I think the one that I get all the time, Emily, that I would love to ask you about is, I know you spoke about the importance of the design and what works and what doesn't work, and be cognizant of that. So wondered if you could speak just a little bit more as to the things that you found, tips, tricks, maybe from an initial interaction with the client, when you guys first started, to what that looks like now that you guys have, might say, a little history under your belt and a little experience with the ScanDecor technology. What would you say as to someone who's wanting to start out, and maybe what they should start with as a product offering using the Sleek Pro technology? Still with us, Emily?
Better?
There, we can hear you now.
Sorry, I'm not sure what's happening here.
No, you're good.
I would say the first month of, just receiving orders is key. So just getting experience. And the customers throw at you lots of things, and, sometimes they're not a good fit for the process, but you can usually, recommend different ways of changing it to make it a win-win and to make a good quality product.
Okay, you spoke about intricate design. I
Mm-hmm.
know we talk about that a little bit, where when you get really fine script, it is more difficult with this technology, but you can usually work with design elements that still create this very high value, high brand proposition that we're talking about, with many designs that work well. That be right?
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes if there's really fine script on a product, we could, recommend to just eliminate that script and just print it rather than do sleeking on it, and just do it over the logo or something like that. We do that sometimes.
Yeah, so as Mark had that session this morning about color logic, and his theme was all print starts with design. So I think that's key for our customers, is to get back to that point. Obviously, like you're saying, be that consultant, help the designers understand
Mm-hmm.
what the capabilities are. That's super important. One thing I thought was really cool is your gag cards that you send out as samples. Bill Gillespie from Bennett Graphics was talking about, trying to find something applicable to a customer and sending it out. Say, hey, this worked great for this insurance broker. Maybe that helped for your firm. So how do you do that process there? Do you just take any requests for samples and send them out, or what's that look like at BCSI?
Well, we have our standard marketing kit that we send out to basically anyone who wants samples. It's just most of the items in that kit are unbranded because of the type of business that we work with, going through distributors. We don't really necessarily want our name splashed all over our samples, so they're unbranded. And they're examples of the most standard types of offering that we have. So with the gag cards, we focused on the specialty print processes, and just made sure that we incorporated as many different processes as we could on each of the individual gag cards. And some of the clients have used those to just come up with ideas, maybe using a pattern for a spot gloss on the back or the front of a business card or on a brochure or whatever it is, or the different foil colors, being able to show them what the options are for foil.
No, that's great. And I think that's important. As your distributors can, use those to go to market to print consumers. And
Right.
actually, it's a great tip for anybody out there in the printing world, to show your capabilities, but then make it applicable to the end user. Hey, we could do this for your company. We had success with it somewhere else. I really think that's awesome. We don't see enough samples in the industry. I get asked for samples all the time, and it's, something we have to constantly be producing, but it's so important. I really like that.
Right. Yeah,
That's
it's nice
great.
to just have them on hand to just be able to grab them when you need them. And then we can also, supplement with different live customer samples here and there when, if somebody's really focused on, a spot gloss black logo on a black background, we can grab other customers that might have that same process and send those along as well. But it's nice to have them on hand and ready to go.
Well, that's great. And one last question, Emily, for those that maybe don't offer this technology that are considering it, when you guys invested in the ScanDecor technology and started offering that product, what was the excitement level from the sales team at BCSI when you now said, hey team, you can go out and offer this product range? What was that like?
It was great. I will say, because I am basically our only sales rep right now, we do have one other person, but we basically are here selling to our distributors, and our distributors are our sales force. And they had been asking for these types of specialty print processes. They felt like forever, and I was feeling like I was constantly turning business away because we couldn't really give them any other options or anything similar to what they were wanting. So to be able to just participate in some of these opportunities and be able to offer specialty print was a great feeling. It was really awesome.
Cool. Brand differentiating, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Our panel in the north, have any questions for Emily? Not sure if they're still with us up there.
I think Zoom's being mean today.
I see somebody had a power failure here.
Oh dear, no, we've had a few Zoom technical glitches today, but that's just how things roll nowadays. We're used to it, right? As Waldman says, let's just keep pushing it out. So, no, I think that will resonate with so many. The importance of brand right now is so important with this time period where you want to get out, activity, be the active person right now, and build that brand. And as some of those slides that you showed, Emily, were just so powerful when you see those numbers that are attributed to high value prints, print enhancement, and what that does to a brand. It should resonate with somebody on this call that, hey, if I'm not offering it, maybe I should to go take my business to a whole nother level. So it's not only the brand of the company that you may be producing for, but as you found with yourself, Emily, you're building the brand of BCSI by offering products that no one else can. So
Definitely.
all right. You have anything further about brand enhancement though? As soon as you guys started upticking this, did you notice any higher value distributing partners or clients on board with you when you started offering this technology?
Yeah, I mean, I think we got more opportunities from our distributors, and maybe they were able to seek us out because we were able to offer these print effects. Different distributors seeked us out and, kind of helped us get our foot in the door for new opportunities, that it wasn't just the specialty effects that we're getting, but other work as well, because we were able to fulfill that need for them as part of it. Along with our ability to integrate with their ordering platforms and help save them time, it was just kind of a win-win, and being able to fulfill all their needs for our product line definitely helps grow our business.
That's actually interesting. I noticed you had said that, Emily, about integrating it with your order process, so it's seamless for whoever's requesting the job.
Right.
Something that we're seeing, our customer base right now is so important, even just for traditional jobs, but that the ability to have a front end, is that something you guys have had for a long time, or is that something that's relatively recent?
So BCSI has been doing e-commerce since 1989.
Wow.
That was when we received our first electronic order prior to the internet being even invented. So we have been doing this for a really long time. Jim Marchessault, our president, basically kind of had this vision of making the process of receiving an order of business cards automated back in the early 80s. Because business cards are such a small dollar purchase, and there is so much work that could potentially be, so much order handling when it comes to a business card for this little tiny piece of paper. There's so much unique information on it. Basically, that was his vision, is to automate the process, and that's what he's done, or what BCSI did back then. And it's kind of just stemmed from there. Now, more than any other way that we receive orders, we're getting them through third-party software platforms and order integrations with ordering platforms that our distributors are using as their one-stop shop, basically. So because of our integration with those different ordering platforms, we help to eliminate the order handling for our distributors and also ourselves.
Right. So there's really no reason that. No, it does, and I think it's a great point, because there's sometimes when we see customers that are really busy, and they perhaps turn away work because that front end, that process of getting the design files, getting it set up, making sure the data is right. We see them turn away work because they're not organized in that regard. And obviously, it's come a long ways now with printer OEMs even offering web front ends and that. But no, I think I had the privilege of coming out to BCSI to install the sleeking laminator you have there, and I was just really impressed by the way the whole operation flows. So you got a great shop there.
Yeah, we definitely have a unique system set up that's kind of been, created because of the product line that we're in. So
that's good. We so often at Scandicor, we're used to talking automation from an equipment standpoint. But what you're referring to, the front end being automated just as well as the back end, makes everything go so streamlined. And not that we're looking to reduce bodies, but looking to reduce friction points, aren't we? And that drives profitability. So I think that's very good message to any of our other printers on here. BCI is a success story, and they've automated the front end and the back end. And I think that's just a very good message that will resonate with a lot that maybe haven't made that investment to look at that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Good. Well, Bob, you have any other questions at all for
No, sorry,
Emily?
I'm kind of, hate to be rude, I'm watching some drama on the screen in front of me. Our north panel lost power. So today is the day for Zoom issues. So no, I think that was awesome, Emily. And sorry if I look distracted over here a little bit.
Oh, you're fine.
No, I think it's.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. Appreciate it.
No, it's for the rest of the audience. Emily's also going to be presenting on her association in a few weeks as well. So she's becoming a Zoom star.
Yeah, and so if any of the clients out there that are struggling with producing high-end business cards right now, recommend reaching out to Emily at BCSI. They do an incredible job in that market space, and I'm sure they'll be able to help you out very well. So thank you very much for joining, Emily. It was a pleasure, and glad to hear of some real life stories right from the trenches. So thank you so much, Emily.
Thank you.
And now
have a great rest of your afternoon.
Take care.